Welcome to my blog podcast. If you are new, thank you for checking me out. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I'm sorry I've taken so long to record. As you can hear, I'm having a little bit of a hard time with allergies. Unfortunately, Alabama weather is a little crazy. It's crazy. Super crazy. Last week it was like 81 degrees, and a couple days later it went down to 25 for a few days. So we have stuff blooming. It's cedar season. Then we had lots of rain and mold. And my body does not like it. So I'm sorry if I sound a little not normal. Sorry, now my eyes are watering. Fun times. So little fun snippets about us since the last time I recorded. We had a kitten. She showed up. We're pretty sure someone dumped her in our driveway because we went back and reviewed some security cameras. And we were not going to keep her. She would not go away. But she thinks she has to be held constantly. And so I'll add some video at the end. But she's a mess. But we went walking because, and this is craft related, we wanted to go find some rocks. So in our area, there is a lady who started this Facebook page called Oxford Rocks. Oxford Rocks. On Facebook. And basically, she had this idea, or she got it somewhere, I don't know. But she is painting all these rocks. And I thought it was such a cute idea. And you can re-hide your rock, or you can paint new rocks to put out in the wild. And so me and the boys are going to paint rocks this weekend, and then I'll hide them. You know, if you're wanting something to do with your family, that might be something you can do in your area. There's people out hunting for these rocks. It's just become such the fun thing to do. So kudos to her for coming up with something to bring a smile to people's face. As far as finished objects, I don't really have that many to show you because I sent some off. I did make Lydia Treslet, and she's a crochet pattern designer, and he's the 4 Seasons Christmas. And then you get the pattern for all 3 of these. And so the candle is cloth, and that's who I made because he's adorable. I used only 69 yards, and I used all Fezza yarns on him because my local yarn store carries them, and they were on sale, like super cheap. And I used a F-hook and 4.5 millimeter eyes. And he's just a candle, and that's his little pieces of wax coming down. But he is adorable. He's super easy and fast to make. I finished squares for Project Amigo. So if you go on my blog, and I'll link if you're watching this on YouTube in the notes, but Project Amigo is accepting knitted or crochet squares, and they're going to send them to Mexico and make blankets for the kids that are part of Project Amigo. And you could read all about in the post that I'm going to link to. And then I made a pair of Mrs. Fitz mitts. So the book Outlander, which is by Diana Gabaldon, is now a TV series. It comes on Stars. I think the original book was wrote in the early 80s or maybe before in the 70s. And there's 8 or 9 books of this series. I really like the character Mrs. Fitz. She's this lady that works in the kitchen, and she's just fun. And I really like her mitts that she always wears. And I love mitts because my hands get so cold and they cramp from my car wreck. So these also fit over my Fitbit because I never really take it off. But they're Mrs. Fitz mitts. I really like the length of them, although the way she wrote the thumb was very confusing to me. And a lot of people who are making them says that it leaves this funny hole right here. So I did my thumb completely differently. And I picked up the stitches so I would not have a hole from the bottom. And then I just knit and then purled back and forth till I got my hole as big as I wanted. And then I did this weird crossover thing on the top so I wouldn't have a hole there. And my next finished object is a unicorn. And I just recently picked up, there's one crochet magazine that I rate far superior upon all the other ones, and that is Simply Crochet. And it's a magazine put out of the UK. We get like a month behind from when it's actually released. But in the magazine, you usually get like a cool little gift. And so the February issue 54, you get like a little kit to make a unicorn. And it gives you the yarn and the eyes. And the pattern is in the magazine. So I thought it was adorable. And so I made the unicorn. And she is crocheted, but she's adorable. So that was a fun thing to do. And that's all I have for finished objects. Yeah, it's pretty sad. And I think that's like since January. I have been working on things though. I've been working on my Big Sophie's Universe, but I did not bring that in here because she's getting pretty big. I'm on row number 70, and I'm going to row 113. I've surpassed the halfway point on that. J. Walker socks. And J. Walker is a free pattern. And I'm using some Desert Vista Dye Works yarn in the Murder on the Orient Express, which is a book by Agatha Christie, and very old author. Love Agatha Christie. When I was in school, I took all the literature classes I could possibly take, and she was introduced to me in one of those classes, and I was just intrigued by her writing style, and I really liked it. So when I saw this yarn, I knew I had to have it because it just made me think about those literature classes and reading and discovering her worlds that she wrote about. So this sock,
I've gotten done with the heel and started up the leg.
and on the other sock, I'm at the point where I put my heel in. I just haven't done it yet, and I need to go ahead and put it in. And I'm using a Fish Lips Kiss heel. Sorry, my nose is itching. And it will not take me any time, maybe 30 minutes to put it in. So the next thing that I've been working on is a knitted knocker. And you know, I make these for our local hospitals. We have a group at the library who is led up by two wonderful women. They started getting all this together for us last year for Still Magnolias, which is our local breast cancer support group, and we supply the knockers to RMC. And so this is the first one that I've completed for this year, and I think this is going to wind up being a size C. And this is actually my 9th set to make total. I made 8 last year, but I will get it done. And that is really all I have. Oh, I do have one more thing to show you that is not knitting or crochet. And that is, I picked up some cross stitching again. So this is something I'm making for my son. And this is the Star Wars characters. You can see the Wookiee, Yoda, Sir 3PO. That is a stormtrooper, I believe. And I think that's the Emperor, maybe, I don't know. But this is a pattern by Clouds Factory. And their online store. And you just download the patterns. And it's called the Star Wars The Original Trilogy. So this is what it's going to look like at the end. So I still have to do Han Solo, R2-D2, Princess Leia, Luke, and I'm about to start Darth Vader tonight. So super fun. And that is all the craftiness that I have going on. So sorry for all of the sneezes and the pauses, but I really appreciate you sticking out and watching it.